Hello, hello everyone. My name is Sonam. I'm currently pursuing BA LLB from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. I'm in my fourth year and I'm interning under the LEXIS and Company. Today I will be talking about the topic of transfer of property. I'll be talking very basics of that topic, and we in this video we will be just learning the basics that what transfer of property act says. So transfer of property is defined under the section 5 of the Transfer of Property Act, which says that transfer of property means an act by which a living person conveys property in present or in future to one or more other living persons, or to himself and one or more other living person, and to transfer property is to perform such act. It includes a company or association or body of individuals, whether incorporated or not. But nothing herein contained shall affect any law for the time being in force relating to transfer of property or by companies, associations, or bodies of individuals. Now, the Section 5 of the Transfer of Property Act lays down the elements which can be said to be the transfer of property, or we can say the requisites which are necessary for the transfer of property. Okay, so first of all, the first thing which it says that a living person shall convey the property in present or in future. All right, to one or other living person. Now when we talk about the transfer of property, the property has to be conveyed, the property has to be transferred, maybe in present or maybe in future. And when that when that transfer to have the transfer of property, there is a necessity that there must be two living person, in which in among them there must be the conveying of the property. All right, uh, or to himself and one or more other living persons. It's not necessary that the property needs to be transferred to only one person. Like if there is a property, one part of it can be transferred to one person, the other part can be transferred to the other person. So it's not necessary that the whole property has to be transferred to one person only. No, it is not. And therefore, it can be transferred to one or more other living person. And uh, this the act by which a living person conveys the property, that act has to be said as the transfer of the property. So in this section, as we heard, that the word living person is used. So what do we mean by a living person? Obviously a living human being. Apart from that, it also means a company or an association of persons, or a body of individuals. Now, when we talk about the company or the association of people, of or a body of individuals, there is no need that that association or body of individuals should be incorporated. It's not a necessary element for that body or for that for that person to for that company or that association of bodies to be incorporated. And this section will not be will shall affect shall not affect any law for the time being in force relating to the transfer of property or to or by companies, associations, or bodies of individuals. Now, moving further, the another important question is that who can transfer the property? Like who are eligible for the transfer of property to happen. All right, so every person competent to contract and entitled to transferable property or authorized to dispose of transferable property not his own is competent to transfer such property either wholly or in part, and either absolutely or conditionally, in the circumstances, to the extent and in the manner allowed and prescribed by any law for the time being in force. So it simply lays down the person who are competent to enter into a contract can are also competent to transfer the property. All right, uh, they are. And if a person is authorized to dispose of transferable property which is not his own, then also he is competent to transfer that property. Like in the case of ostensible owner, we see that there a person is authorized to, to take the decision for on behalf of the owner. There, that person is competent to dispose of the property. All right. Now, the disposal of the property can be absolute in nature or conditional in nature. It can be done by the manner enforced and prescribed by the law. Another important part is that whether uh, minor are competent to transfer the property. No, they are not. Even if they give the consent, that property cannot be said to be transferable in nature because minor are not eligible to give the consent. So therefore, their consent will not at all matter, and therefore they will uh, they they cannot transfer the property. Secondly, the person with unsound mind can also not uh, transfer the property, as he's not his thinking is not rational enough to understand the consequences of the transfer. Therefore, he will not be eligible to transfer the property.